So, last night was actually last weekend was the NXT Takeover San Antonio, and then yesterday was the Royal Rumble, the 30th annual Royal Rumble, and it it was certainly interesting, and so for right now, let's I'll go into NXT Takeover first. So we had the first match was Eric Young with Sanity in his corner taking on Ty Dillinger. You know, the two uh, Canadian wrestlers that I actually did see Ty Dillinger, aka Sean Spears, a few years ago, and of course you have Eric Young, who was the TNA World Champion, and I talked about him on Saturday. Anyways, Eric Young went over. It was a really good. It was a pretty good match for Eric Young's first pay per view in NXT, and Ty Dillinger was there. No, Ty Dillinger was pretty good too. Unfortunately, it wasn't his night. Then we had Roderick Strong, who defeated Andrea Almas. It was really cool, to see Roderick Strong, who wasn't really my favorite wrestler in ROH, but he came to NXT, and so this match, it wasn't bad. No, actually, that was also really good. I really think that the NXT is a much better WWE program than SmackDown or Raw. Well, SmackDown is actually first, in my opinion. But so then you had the NXT Tag Team Championship with the Authors of Pain, who took on Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Mr. Wrestling Gargano. And as I predicted, I'm sure, I think I predicted that anyways, the Authors of Pain are now new NXT WWE Tag Team Champions. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on NXT this week. If they show that. I know they've been showing, reruns and stuff. But yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed that match. I think Authors of Pain are almost like Legion of Doom, which also everyone will know that Ellering managed in the 90s and 80s. So yeah, this was a good match. And I can't wait to see what happens the next NXT. Then you had the Women's Championship in a Fatal 4-Way with Asuka, who was a champion, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, the two Australians, and the first Scottish female wrestler, Nikki Cross. And this was a close match. As I've stated, I think that Nikki Cross is pretty cool. I think that she should go 1-on-1 against Asuka at some point. And this match was close. I think it could have went either way. You had you had a close call with Nikki. And it went to Asuka, who retained her title. And it was a close call again. Now, Asuka's still undefeated. So then we had the main event, which saw the NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. If you saw my review yesterday, you would have seen me do the whole glorious thing. It was a spoiler alert, because Bobby Roode won the match, but not without having one of the best matches of the night. Well, I mean, also with the Fatal 4-Way, but I really thought this was a good match. And there wasn't. Well, actually, yeah, there was. Bobby Roode coming down with the ladies, and then you had Shinsuke Nakamura coming down in the hovering hoverboard, and you have the new NXT champion, Bobby Roode. That's about it. Two different buildings. I can't remember which building this was, but it wasn't the Alamo Dome. But yeah, it was a pretty good night. You saw Shawn Michaels obviously came down and announced, encouraged everyone to have a good night, I guess. And Seth Rollins made a surprise appearance, trying to bring Triple H out for a fight. So we'll look forward to that in the future. It was a good show. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really have much to say. Yeah, that's about it. I will talk about the Royal Rumble. Stay tuned.